don't think I've ever done an unboxing video on my channel before. I don't even see them on YouTube anymore. I know when I first got on YouTube, these were like the super trendy thing to do, unboxing anything and everything. But I didn't even plan on doing this. I don't know if you guys can tell, I just drove home from the Keys a couple hours ago. We were spending Labor Day weekend down there. Had a great time. Had awful fishing conditions, but made the best of it. Actually got on, without a doubt, the biggest mahi we've got on all summer down there. Breezy caught a really, really good one on spinning tackle, so that was awesome. So it's mahi tacos at the Davis residence for dinner tomorrow night. So that was cool. And while I was down there, I met up with my buddy Val from Gambler. I actually had an order in, and he ended up just bringing it to me, which was super cool. Met up with him. We hung out, had some barbecue, watched some football and what have you. So what I have in this box, I'm being honest with you guys, I don't even remember exactly what I ordered. But when I ordered stuff, I knew it was just going to be to get me through the next couple of months here during this. What I've hinted at in my last video, very kind of can be pretty difficult fishing out here on Lake Okeechobee. It's a transition period. Things are going to start changing. You could feel the change in the air already. It's hot, but we've got different conditions just slightly moving in. It's a different feel in the air, and these fish are going to be adjusting and moving very rapidly. That's the thing about the summer. I tell people it could be tough fishing, but it's very consistent from like late March through now. Kind of whatever you find on Wednesday will probably still pretty much be there on Saturday. Whereas this time of year, this is where all that starts to change. I mean, this is where if you take 2 or 3 days off the lake, you're starting from scratch, which makes my job as a guide very difficult. But I just embrace it. I mean, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I get to make a living out on Lake Okeechobee. We got tournament season coming up. We've got some tournaments coming up really in the next couple of weeks I'm excited about. So I don't know. I just went to open this before I went to bed. I'm getting ready to go take a shower and go to bed. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make a video out of it. So maybe this will help you out. I get asked all the time about colors and certain baits I like throwing for certain times of year. Certain circumstances. So this will be kind of show you guys what I got. So let's see. I'm just grabbing what I got in here. So this is, all right. So these are one of my favorites here. So when it comes to swim jig trailers, there's 2 different, I guess, presentations people take. You've got either a swim bait trailer and or a craw style trailer. I like a craw style trailer a lot of the time. It helps float the bait a little bit. It's a little bit of a bigger profile, but if I'm imitating shad, and then there are times where I'm imitating brim, but I'm fishing really thick grass, I prefer a swim bait trailer. And the one that I like is, oh, he fixed it. It's got you don't have to cut your bags open anymore. This is the one that I throw 90% of the time. This is the Gambler Little Easy. So the easy line of baits, you got the Big Easy, the Easy Swimmer, the Little Easy, and the Teasy. I really like the Teasy for throwing, ultralights stuff in saltwater, but this guy gets it done for me on the back of a swim jig. The reason I like this one 90% of the time is that it's small. It's a 3 3/4 inch bait. So and what I usually do is with my swim jigs is I'll trim the skirt so that just about 1.5 inches of that tail is sticking out behind the skirt. And the reason I do this is a big trailer will still get you bit, but a lot of times you run into the situation where they're short striking the bait. This, I feel like they get the whole bait and hook, head and all, everything in their mouth. They swallow the whole thing. And also just, it's more compact, which I think sometimes gets you more bites. And then a lot of times, like especially this time of year when we're trying to imitate shad, that smaller profile is just, it matches the profile of the bait more. So this color is Ghost Shad. And the reason I got a big order of these is I don't throw a lot of white trailers if I'm imitating shad. I know white's the deal, but a shad is like a more of a silver translucent color. And this guy imitates that perfect. The other cool thing about this, if I am trying to imitate brim or something, throwing that black and blue swim jig, this is just a real subtle translucent color. This will pretty much work on the back of any swim jig. And then, I do throw this occasionally, but a lot of people like these on the back of a chatterbait as well, which that time of year is coming up. So I got a pack of them. I also really like these in the color Gold Rush. It's like a two-tone June bug, kind of green pumpkin gold color. I throw that on the back of a black blue swim jig a lot. And but I've got a bucket full of them. I mean, I love those, so I didn't need to re-up on any of those. No need to even open this, but I'm going to. Got a bag of Big Easies, and for any of you guys that asked me about color, this is probably my go-to color. Everyone likes Copperfield. That was like the staple on Okeechobee, the Big Easy in Copperfield. This is a color called Lane Toad. Most of you don't even know why I'm showing this to you. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's just a very natural, glittery color. And when I'm throwing this Big Easy, the reason I'm not a big color guy is you guys see how I work this thing? I buzz it on top. The only reason I get a little picky with colors is if I'm ever having to kill the bait, and like when you see them sharking up on it, kill it and feed it back to them, they get a real good look at it. Or if I do have to swim it, I like that just natural color, because 99% of the time I'm fishing a bait like this, it's in clear water, like shallow, really clean water, which is why I'm buzzing it. A, because I don't want them to get that good of a look at the bait, but B, those fish will feed in a way where they will come from a long ways away to track down a bait. So, that clear water mixed with that natural presentation will work. Copperfield works great. Gold Rush. I mean, he's got a billion different colors that'll work. I don't know. My dad actually tipped me up to this. My dad would throw the bait called the cane toad, which is kind of like Gambler's version of like a horny toad style bait. Totally different action, but it's a toad. And he would crush them on this color. And I started throwing a Big Easy in it. So that's that. And this time of year, again, these fish are going to be moving. They're going to be starting to set up to spawn. Definitely, an awesome bait just to cover water with, obviously. So that's why I got them. Great for guiding. This bait is not great for guiding. This bait is just for yours truly. Kind of letting a little secret out of the bag here, but the Big Stinger. All right. So this time of year, again, I mentioned this in my last video when I caught that big one. The flipping bite is not very good. But when I say that is, you're not going to get a lot of bites, but when you get bit, it's a grown one. So flipping certain areas of the lake could be very rewarding. We'll just say that. But you just got to be very patient and be very diligent and take your time. Presentation is key, and flipping the right bait is key. And a lot of times these fish, they're kind of staging, if you want to call it that. And this is just a time of year where they'll eat a big presentation. I catch a lot of them on a big jig, a 3/4, a 1 ounce jig a lot of the times. I flip a regular size plastic, but this is the time of year where I will go to a bait like this. A lot of people flip the double wide beaver. There's a lot of bigger profile baits out there. 2 reasons I really like this one. It just I think it looks super cool. But I really like the kickers on the back. They have a lot of action, but very subtle action at the same time. And a big thing I do with these also, if I'll flip them like this on like a 1/2 ounce weight, but I'll cut them in half, and these make an awesome jig trailer. If you look at that from the back, it's essentially just an oversized chunk. And this is in the color back at you, black and purple. It's just a dark silhouetted color. Catch a lot of big fish on them. I flip these on my 5/0 hack attack hook as well, but if I'm strictly going to flip these, I will go up to the 6/0, which is, the guys on Wicked Tuna could use that hook. But it fits this perfect. You can flip this with a punch skirt. Just don't be afraid to flip a big bait this time of year is all I'm saying. I won't really put this in mats if I'm trying to get through anything. This is more or less just pitching to the outsides of reeds or grass lines or things like that. I think I've only got like 2 bags left. I didn't get that much stuff. Next one, dummy proof. Everyone's favorite. Gambler Fat Ace. All right. It's a Senko style bait. Every company makes one. I do really like the scent the garlic scent on the Gambler stuff. This is probably the only bait that I would say it really makes a difference on, just because you're dead sticking this, pitching this, fishing this really slow. Um, I might not even use these until really we get up into like that first cold front, but obviously I got these for when these fish start thinking about and setting up to spawn. Really what I'm doing with these is I'm more or less flipping these. 17, 20-pound fluoro, a 3/16 quarter ounce weight, a little 4/0 straight shank, and just using this to fish isolated targets. Once we start getting those cool fronts, those high pressure systems, a lot of those targets that I throw the frog to, or the popping frog or what have you, those fish are not going to want to commit to that. So taking your time and throwing it isolated cover and just kind of dead sticking this bait. There's more 30-pound bags caught on this thing throughout Florida than anything else. For those of you that are unfamiliar, he makes the Ace, which is a 5-inch. This is the Fat Ace. This is your standard 6-inch stick bait. Again, and back at you, I just really like that color, black and purple, dark silhouette. I feel like everyone throws black and blue, throw black and purple. Something a little bit different. It's just a darker silhouette to me. Last but not least, and that's all. I don't even have to show you guys this, but just in the chance there's someone on my channel that's unfamiliar with this stuff. Listen, I'm going to give you guys a secret. We've got the 7-inch Gambler burner worm and back at you. The amount of fish that this bait right here catches on Lake Okeechobee, it's dumb. It's dumb. There's a select few of us that throw this thing and give it the time of day. I don't even know. So I'm just going to give you guys, I've probably said this before on my channel, but so when I first started guiding, I still am very good friends with Tom Mann Jr. And I think I was at the Tiki Bar one time. We were eating dinner after a tournament or something. Him and my in-laws are very close, obviously, as well. And we were just there. And I think I asked him, like, you got any advice or, whatever, something like that. And he said, just have those 7-inch burner worms. He likes June bug in your boat every day. They will always eat it. And I'm not a swimming worm guy. I mean, at heart. But again, I took his advice, and it was really funny how my first year of guiding, the reason is they will always eat this, whether it's really cold, whether it's hot. If your person's a very, very good fisherman, very experienced angler, he knows how to fish this. If they've never fished a day in their life, they can fish this. We've caught them weightless, buzzing this thing on top. I've caught them dead sticking it. We've caught them swimming it through the grass. We've caught them dragging this on a Carolina rig, dragging it across rock, just Texas rigged, throwing it where you're just hoping, winging a prayer, you're going to catch a fish. They eat it. They always eat it. So I could give this to customers from every skill level, and it just catches them. And what I do is I throw this on 20-pound fluoro, 20-pound mono, a 5/0 EWG style hook. Sorry. And depending on the conditions, anywhere from an 1/8 ounce to a 3/16. And I tell them, when they ask me, what do I do with it? I tell them, whatever, experiment, try something different every time, because you can't do anything wrong with this bait. And after the first year of guiding, after all the 5 to 8 pounders I saw get put in my boat, I finally said, I should probably pick these up myself and really, really try fishing them. And the first tournament I ever fished them, I told Kelly, I said, man, I got to bring a worm rod. And he said, you have fun with that. And I weighed in all 5 of our fish, and we won a club tournament out of Slims. And from that day on, it really gave me confidence with it. And I don't leave home without these. I do not fish a tournament without my burner worm rod in my boat. And again, I don't throw a ribbon tail worm. When I say I'm throwing a worm on Okeechobee, this is the only worm I throw. For their spawning, if I'm just all summer, when we were dragging shell bars and stuff, this one. Shout out to my wife. We were fishing a tournament one time. We were fishing offshore in the lake, fishing rock. And when I heard that, of course, I brought my 13, my 12-inch, 10-inch ribbon tail worms. And she outfished me 10-1 all day, and she was dragging a burner worm. I don't know what it is about this profile, this size. The Lake Okeechobee bass just prefer this, but I mean, I use this thing 365. So I've got 5 or 6 packs here. These will probably last me about 2 weeks, I'm being honest with you. And this is the only color I throw back at you. Again, black and purple. It just works. So if you guys want a bait, to just go, if you're new to Okeechobee, you got a tournament here, you're searching for new fish, this could not recommend this guy enough. You can throw it on braid, but I just throw it on 20-pound fluoro or mono. So that's it. Now that I reek of garlic, my whole room smells of garlic. It's a good thing. We're going to throw all this junk. It's not junk, but we're going to throw all this stuff back in this box. And I'm going to go take a shower, and I'm going to go to bed. But if you guys have any questions, or if you guys like seeing videos like this when I go buy tackle, see what I'm using, let me know. Just trying to get more content out to you guys. And but like I said, if you guys have any questions at all about colors or tackle or things that I like to throw, leave it in the comments or just shoot me a text message. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. But until the next one, I'm going to try and get out there and try to film for you guys this week. So until the next one, tight lines, be safe out there, and yeah, see you later.